So you volunteered to help Marty while he's at Glacier National Park. It may seem like a daunting task, but if you'll follow these steps, you too can be successful. Step 1, unlock the gate. Once it's unlocked, you can let it swing open, and you don't need to close it until you leave. Step 2, turn off the air conditioner inside the house. This is done because if the air conditioner is running while the pumps are running, you'll blow a circuit and have to go reset that circuit. Step 3, feed the dogs. This is the food, and you'll use it to fill 5 different dog bowls that are outside. They are across from the house. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Step 4, make sure the dogs have water. Step 5, walking from the house, you're going to go along the road towards where the goats are kept. The goats will mostly be standoffish, except for one named Chloe, who likes to come up and cuddle. The feed for the goats is kept inside this. Open the gate, make sure you close it behind yourself because the goats will want to get in there. This is Chloe. She's very sweet. Okay, so to feed the girl goats, you give them 4 scoops of this one and 3 scoops of this one. The scoop is underneath the red bucket, and you can fill it into the, you can use the green scoop to put it in the red bucket, and then you will take it into this pen, leave the gate open while the goats come in, but once all the goats are in, make sure you close the gate. You fill it into these troughs. There's one, there's a second trough over there, and then there are 1, 2, 3 on the far end. Every couple of days, they'll also need to have water put in their tanks, and we'll cover that here in a second. Make sure you leave the gate closed while they eat. For the chickens, you're going to do 3 scoops of this center one. You're going to put them into the red bucket, and then you just spread it all out through here, and they will come and do their job. For the boy goats, you need to have 2 scoops of this one and 2 scoops of this one. And then I'll take you to where the boy goats are from here. That spigot does not work. The boy goats are through here. Hey guys. And when you have their mixture, you'll just put it inside that trough. Sometimes they kick that trough over, so you need to set it up right before you put food in. Why do the boy goats have to go there? And there's their water that needs to be checked every couple of days. I think Marty said it was 4 days that can last. From the boy goat pen, we're working our way back towards the girl goats. Now, it's worth noting that the things that come next are not required if it has been raining, like it has been today. All of the garden has already been watered, so that won't be required if it's been raining on that day. But to start the process of watering all of the plants, you keep going through here, past where you fed the girl goats, all the way over to this gate right here. Now, it's very important to close the gates behind yourself because Chloe especially will like to get in and eat everything. Also, make sure you duck when you go through that because I just hit my head. All right, so now that we're back in the garden, work our way through. See if I can remember where to go now. Over here. This is, I think, yeah, this is where you get back to the main garden area. Making sure you close everything behind you. Okay. So this is the main watering places. You unlatch down here. Already made this look a lot easier. Yes, right there we go. Okay. And you enter in. Okay, so to water in this area, you've got this green hose that's right here, and it goes over to those spigots over there. So you just turn it on at the spigot. It should start the pump automatically. And then, depending on what day it is, you hook it up to these soaker hoses. There's one per line, and they take 30 minutes to water the whole line. Marty said that all you need to do is water, so one day this one gets it, the next day that one, and the next day that one, because they only need it every 2 days. And so you hook it into these lines. So here's the first one. The second one is right down in here. The third one is right here. So that is how you water those. You'll also need to, every other day, unhook this hose and hook that sprayer onto it to spray all of these things down and water them, as well as firing water over there as well. All right, on to the next step. From that garden, you walk around to this area. This is the main water tank. If it gets low, there's a sump pump you can turn on that will fill it from this water tank into that one. Not exactly sure if I remember how to do that, so we might have to call Marty on that one. But if you turn on this one, this hose is the one that you can use to water the goats. You'll need to use it to spray into the first goat one, and then you can walk it over to spray into the other. Going from there, we're working our way around, and we're going to go through a little bit of a maze to get to the second garden, which is through here. I'm going to go inside this guy, work your way through that, and that leads you to this gate. Now it's really important that this gate gets tied back before you leave and closed after you walk in it. Basically, a good rule of thumb in this is to close all the gates as you go through them, unless it's the front gate. Okay. So going through here, we get to these gardens. These need to be sprayed. No, they don't, sorry. These have soaker hoses attached to them as well. About 30 minutes to do that. There's a second soaker hose here. To turn on the pump for this section though, the important part is you come over here. You turn on this spigot first, and then you plug in the pump, and that will start to run the water for all of that. Once you're done with that, then you make your way out, making sure you retie all the gates. One more thing, before you leave, make sure you turn the air conditioner back on. And then if by chance you forget any of those steps and you pop a breaker, the reset for the breaker is on the side of the house. You're gonna see this, or this red line going that way, and that pole way out there is where the reset is. If we run out of food for the goats, the food is inside this shed. The brown paper bags are the ones that go on the left feed, and the white bags are the ones that go on the right. You can use this side by side to carry things out there. The only thing he said was when you get into it, one, it doesn't really have a seat, but when you get into it and you get it back, the only way to really turn it off is to pull out the oh my goodness, the plug that's right in there, and make sure you turn the key off so it won't drain the battery. So there you go.
Thanks for helping.